Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the Women of CIBN series. I'm your host, Tiff Loeffler, positively yours. With me is the incredible Kristina Jensen. Now, I love describing what she does. Okay, not only is she a sales and enrollment strategist for coaches and service-based entrepreneurs, she's also been a pastor for 20 years and has an active congregation. And I'm so thrilled to have you here. Kristina, welcome. My first question right off the bat is, what makes your approach to sales magnetic for your clients?
Oh, that's such a good question, Tiff. I am always shocked when I have somebody who says, "We spoke 3 years ago. Do you still remember me?" And I think it's because I genuinely care and I can't hide it. I really care. And it just goes back to show that love goes a long way. Love is the most magnetic quality we possess. And almost everything I know about sales that matters has been taught to me by sitting at a bedside of somebody who is dying, or sitting in somebody with a hospital who has cancer, or with family members, and really deeply learning because I'm with somebody who is in the throes of it, where what matters in life becomes really, really clear. And so that depth of compassion that has just deepened in my soul is also brought to the sales conversations with people who are in that same depth of emotional turmoil. And they feel it in those pressure points on those calls. So I am a pastor in that situation in the form of a sales coach or an enrollment specialist. But people can feel that level of care. And people who are learning sales want that rather than tactics and strategy. They want people to feel the love and the care that they possess.
I have to do this. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Ooh. Now, ladies in business who are here listening, I have a treat for you. We are going to talk about 3 very important questions. And these questions are to ethically land a client. And I love that you have these 3 questions, and I want to thank you for bringing this here, and also the QR code. We're going to talk about that later, but if you have your phone, you want to click on that, see what it is. Now, let's start with the first question. Could you start with question number 1? Thank you.
Absolutely. So in communicating that you care, the first step is being relevant. Knowing that you have listened well. And this is important to do before you offer whatever it is that you offer, before you even describe your offer. The first opportunity that you really have on any of these calls, whether you call them enrollment calls or strategy sessions or clarity calls, is really what I call enrollment, which I define as is really holding the space to allow somebody to take a step towards the life that they want. And not just a step, take action, take tangible action towards a step that they want in their life. And so in order to do that, your job on this call is to give them clarity about what they really want and about what their next best step is. And they take a step towards that before you even utter one word about your program. They need to get clear that they're committing to that. And the way that you do that in relevance is by asking 3 questions. I'm just going to tell you what the 3 questions are and how they fit together, and then we'll go over each one. So the first question is, basically what made you book this call? i.e., what is it that you need in the area of, weight loss, in the area of speaking engagements, in the area of getting more sales, in the area of getting more leads, in the area of nailing your marketing. The second question is, so once you solve the problem of marketing, what do you feel like that will give you, like in your life, i.e., what do you want in life? Like, what's your big goal? To get that dream house, to go around in an RV in your in the nation with your littles, and homeschool your kids, right? Like, what does solving problem X give you that you don't have right now that you really want in your life, i.e. your big why? And then the third question is, and what's getting in your way? And it's not only asking those 3 questions, but it's asking the why underneath. Why is that important to you? And it's also asking, how long has it been a challenge for you? How long have you wanted that? How long has that been going on, right? So you're going to ask the why is that important to you? And then also the question of urgency, of how long. So let's take the first question. For example, for me with sales, it's like, well, curious, tell me about your biggest challenge in sales or your biggest challenge in marketing. What is that? Sometimes people say getting more leads. Sometimes people say closing clients. We talk about what is going on in that specific area. And one thing you want to listen for in that is, and this is a distinction, but it's really masterful to do this, is 1, what do they think the problem is? And 2, what is the problem? Can you distinguish between those 2? And the key to this is what do they want, but what do they actually need, right? And you've heard this saying before, sell them what they want, give them what they need. So you need to be thinking through both of this, because you get to address both, right? But how you address it needs to be in a language or in words that they will actually be able to hear and process. So in order to do that, one of the things that you do is ask questions in different ways, because people are able to receive your words at different levels. And when you're just starting a call with somebody, you don't know what that's going to be yet. So for example, some of the questions that I ask people at the beginning of the call are things like, I'm just curious, how do you feel like I can help you? I ask, what is the biggest challenge when it comes to X in X area, right? Or what would be a win that you could really walk away with and say that call was really worthwhile? And that question is good because that just lets you know where they're at mentally. So Tiff, does that make sense? Do you have questions about that?
I'm like,
yeah,
this is exciting for me. And I mean, I just have to right now. We're going to, QR code's going out. I'm just going to leave it up. But I also wanted to put the banner because I'm already letting it, like, if I know y'all understand the power of what just happened here, learning just that first step and being authentic.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why I'm so excited that, and you're going to explain the offer a little bit later, but right now,
I will.
I love this. Come on, soldoutoffer.com. Ladies, we are already magnetic and amazing. And now that first question alone, it just seems so simple
Mm-hmm.
and yet so powerful when done with integrity. That's what I got out of it. It just,
it just comes back to being a relevant, good human being. And what I've learned is people appreciate that, and it works, right? I mean, I've done $4 million in sales over about 15 different niches in the last about 4 years alone, right? For a lot of different coaches and consultants. And this works. Being a good human works. So that's the good news, right? In an industry where, we're hearing about, well, revenue is down, this is down. It's because the broken marketing tactics that we were all taught don't work. And I felt so insulted after taking my own coaching certification. I went through Mary Morrissey and Brave Thinking Institute. I got a neuro coaching certification through Shannon Irvine. And yet, wherever I looked, I didn't find the sales authentic technique that felt right for me. And so I had like 20, I did all the things, right? I booked all the calls through speaking engagements. I networked my heart out, but the calls didn't close. And I felt like an emotional fraud stringing people along. I didn't know what to do, because we got to the money part and they started crying because they couldn't afford me. So, or that's what they felt. That's what they thought, right? But I was taught basically to open up people's emotions and rub their nose in it. And I didn't know what to do after that. And I just wasn't willing to do that anymore. It didn't seem ethical. It didn't seem like I was in integrity. And so I stopped for about 2 years until I was able to find a way to simply hold up a mirror to show people where they were, where they wanted to be, and ask people if they wanted to continue making the decisions in the same way that they were making and wanted the trajectory that was leading them down towards, right? Because there's a difference between clarity and shame. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Oh, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to, I'm going to repeat it. There's a difference between clarity and shame. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, okay. I want to talk about that for the rest of the time, but we've got 2 more questions.
Yeah. Well, but this is what we are talking about, because what you're giving in these 3 questions is clarity, which is so valuable to somebody. And people make decisions when they're clear and confident. So what you're doing in asking these 3 questions is giving people the clarity and the confidence that they need to step forward with you, which is more powerful than rubbing their nose in shame. Because somebody who makes a decision because of shame and fear isn't in a good space to start as your client, because they'll be resentful, they'll be withdrawn, they'll hold back, right? And the opportunity for them to default on payments or to do a chargeback is very high. But if you start somebody who has and comes from an empowered yes, they've had a transformation on the call with you, on the sales call with you, an enrollment call, whatever you want to call it, and is stepping into their power, do you see how much of a difference that makes in the entire client relationship? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is your first coaching call. And so it's not coaching. The purpose of the coaching call isn't to solve all their problems right out of the gate. It's to coach them to making the commitment to go for it, to say, yeah, I'm committed to this. So with question number 2, you're getting at, why are they so committed? Why do they want this so badly? And it's not the surface level, I just want more money and time freedom. It's what specifically do you want money and time freedom for, and why? Like, really, why? So for me, for example, I genuinely want to change the industry so that people know that God has good things for them. Because for a long time, I didn't know that God had good things for me. And I felt left out, even though I'm a pastor, right? Like, I felt so left out and so lonely and so just unworthy, right? So that's one of the whys that I have. Another why is, quite honestly, I would love to take my family on a summer in an RV and tour all the national parks. So I'm going after a specific experience. And third, because I'm working towards time freedom. My kids are teenagers now. They're 13 and 15. And I want to be able to be completely free when they get home from school, because I'm realizing that my teens need my presence even more than they did when they were little. So I have 3 reasons, right? And one of the reasons is I loved my mom, but I never felt like I had really intense like belonging with my family. My family was really chaotic. So I am creating the calm and stable family life that I've always wanted but never got to experience. Right? So when you see somebody's face change, you go until you see somebody's change of state in the physical reality. So you're not just going for the words. I would have challenged me there, right? I'm just thinking through so we can move through things rather quickly. But you go until somebody pauses, until they get reflective, and still you see like a tear in their eye, until you sense something shifts. And until then, you keep asking people to get more and more specific, because it's only when people are specific that they're emotionally connected. And if people can't answer that second question, even though you come after it in different ways, the problem is usually that there's no belief that it's actually possible. So the question you can ask is this: what if you could believe that you could have what you wanted? What if you could believe that you could be clear on what you wanted? Is that something that you would love in the next 12 months to work towards? So do you see where even if it's difficult for somebody to name it, and the more analytical is, the more prompts people are going to need. Say, what do you want in your life, or what would you love, rather than what's your vision? That's coach speak. So break it down to ordinary people speak. And then ask, why is that important to you? Or imagine 12 months from now, you did that. You had the house, you had the RV, Kristina. You were in Yosemite National Park. You're having a campfire. You're having s'mores with the chocolate graham crackers, the Reese's peanut butter cups, the giant marshmallows. You're going all out. You have the deluxe sticks from the, from the hardware store. You're sitting on the little benches. You even see bears in the distance. Like, what does that experience mean for you? Why is that so important for you? And looking back over the 12 months, like, what are you the most proud of? What did you have to overcome in yourself? And do you see how that question, what did you have to overcome in yourself, allows people to tell you what's really going on without losing their ego? It allows people to tell you what's going on. Like, I had to get over my fear of being visible. I had to get over being inconsistent, because it's called future pacing, right? So it allows you to enter in and really be vulnerable with them, but in a way that's super respectful of who they are. Because, and this is another key insight, right? This is another golden nugget. When we approach people with the respect that they are whole and do not need to be fixed because they're not broken, you get a whole lot farther down the road. You get a whole lot farther down the road, because it's true, we're equals. And a lot of the industry in sales especially has put the salesperson, assumes the salesperson's like the authority, and then the person who's enrolling is a little peon. That's not how I was taught we were, you guys. I'm taught we were equal. So let's bring that to the dynamic of the sales call, the enrollment conversation. And then it changes the language we use and the way we approach things. And you come off differently to people, and then they remember you 3 years later.
I'm so glad we're setting up a call. I'm sorry, I just had to interrupt. I'm so glad we're setting up a call.
Yeah.
It's just, and wow, I didn't want to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
It was like the emoting. I wanted to, because, okay, we're here at CIBN TV, and I want to make sure people like and subscribe. And I'm like, but I don't want it to be like, but when you said that part about being lonely, it's really, I feel there are two cruelties in business. The feeling you put on yourself that you're alone.
Yeah.
and the cruelty of people putting on you, if you don't sign up with me, your life is over and you're never going to make it. And
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's abusive. I'm just going to call it out. It's abusive. And people can be abusive on sales calls, emotionally abusive. I'm going to call it out in the industry because we have not said that before, but it's happening. There's way too much emotional abuse and manipulation and tactics that are considered effective, but are unethical.
Yeah, absolutely. And here again, it's kind of, I'm in real time kind of working through it because, I want to make sure people like and subscribe to this channel, because I think that's how important it is to listen to the Women of CIBN series and learn these things and take them to heart. So I am going to put it up that, hey,
absolutely,
like subscribe. This is why I want you to like and subscribe, because Kristina, you and I could talk for hours about ways it's not so great. This community, I love. I mean, I have only recently met you and I am so thrilled, and that's the way it should be. It should be, wait, you're helping me? This is awesome. As opposed to, well, I guess they told me that I'm a loser, and if I don't sign up and stretch myself to the point of insanity, I'm a nobody, so I guess I better do it. Oh, how good does that feel? As opposed to, wait a minute, I get to work with Kristina and she's going to walk me through the sales process. That sounds yummy.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah. And really think through on the call, like, how are they treating you? Is this what you want to learn? Is this what you want to emulate? How are you being made to feel? Well, not being made to feel, but what feelings are being evoked? If you're uncomfortable, is it an uncomfortable that is in the spirit of moving you forward in a healthy way? Or is it in a way that is really, are you being triggered in a way that will lead you forward? Or are you being triggered in a way that just has no purpose? Because sales calls are triggering, but is it in a way that you can let things go? Or is it a way that just knocks you back, right? Because being triggered isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's a neutral thing. However, is the person walking with you through that to bring you to a different place? Or are they simply leaving you alone and bleeding, right? So pay attention to how you feel. Do you feel like they are with you? Do you feel like their intentions are really genuine? Or do you feel like there's an ulterior motive? And pay attention to your crap detector. We all have one. Right? But pay attention to yours.
Yeah.
And know too that you have permission to end the call at any time. You can simply place your fingers on the mouse, move it to the little picture of the door with the person, and click a button. That's all you have to do, and you're out of that situation. Period. The choice is always yours. You never have to be in a abusive sales call situation. I don't want you to be. You always have the power to say no. And when people say no to me, I tell them I'm proud of them. I don't know if anybody else that does that, but I just tell them I'm proud of them, because my goal is clarity. So the third question, because I know we need to move, the third question is what is getting in your way of having what you want and of getting what you need? And I go through this with people so that they understand that it's not just time or money. It's how are you getting in your own way? How are you slowing yourself down? And this is where the money is, like, literally is when you help somebody to transform their beliefs about what has been into seeing what is possible now. It's like, oh, that's what I was holding myself back, letting people understand that the choices that they've made up until this point have held them back, and seeing how they have a choice to change that makes you sticky, right? Like you're showing that you're trustworthy, that you can be the catalyst for change in a very short time. And people start to think, wow, if in this free conversation we accomplish this, what can we accomplish in 6 months together? Does that make sense, Tiff?
Everybody, I'm hanging on every word. I'm going to say it. The way you are explaining this is so powerful. Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's either absolutely yes or no, but either is good. And I was still, you said, I know we need to keep going. I'm like, wait a minute, I want to go back to that. And
I know.
Because I was I just on a call with someone. It was only a discovery call. And guess what? I'm going to say it, the bullying, the abusive, and what did I do? I'm sitting there like, okay. And instead what I wanted to say was, you know what, right there, I got to tell you, I'm offended. Maybe you didn't mean to, but I'm not there right now. But I didn't. You know, it's okay. Ladies, I am so grateful you are listening to this and hearing this, because it is necessary to understand your power, your worth. Thank you, Kristina. Again, getting back, but I want to go back to the third question.
Totally.
A couple, but thank you for that. And then again, what's getting in your way? Because it's hard to talk about it. I almost want to just talk over it for the rest of this call, because I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. Because what if I can't change it? What if you can't help me? When you feel that, how do you help people through that? Maybe I could ask that, if that's okay.
Well, it's like the Psalm 23, right? Like, you walk with me through the valley of the shadow of death. Like, don't go there if you're not willing to go there yourself in your own shit. Sorry, I swore. However, it's true. Like, you can only lead people through the amount of stuff that you're willing to go, the depth that you're willing to address, the fear and all of the stuff in your own life. That's the depth at which you will be adept at leading other people. Leaders go first. Enrollment is a microcosm of a reflection of your life. So when you realize that you have the power to lead people through difficult conversations and simply to hold the space for them to be present with another human being as they're recalling, oh my goodness, this is what happened. It's very powerful. And the other thing that it doesn't take a ton of time. Sometimes it happens in some people can have very quick transformations in very short time frames, right? Sometimes it takes the one question, and in 5 seconds they realize something that they've been struggling with for 2 years. So the value of the transformation isn't necessarily bound to long 2-hour calls. And I want you to just let that sink in, right? Let that sink in. It can be done very quickly. It's the intention behind your presence that is the catalyst for the transformation for whoever you're with to occur. Right?
I just mic drop.
Right? So this is not time sensitive. It's based on the power of your intention for them, of seeing them in their highest self, in their highest capacity, and talking to that part of them, not the part of you that wonders, will they be able to afford my program if I get there? Will they really be able to follow through? No, it's seeing the person in their highest capacity of self. It's talking to the part of the person who wants to win. that's who you talk to. That's the part of the person who you speak to. You speak to that part of themselves. It's how you choose to see the person who's on the call with you truly is really what forms the conversation. And that really matters. That's what creates the result. So it is everything. It's how we choose to see people, right? It's how we choose to see people.
Of course, I would love to say this is, now we're going to go deep diving into more, and now we already have to wrap it up, but that's okay, because that is why, two things, I'll say it again, this is why, just like and subscribe to this channel, because I love all of the wisdom, not just the theoretical, but the practical. And speaking of, I wanted you to please share with us again what clicking on this QR code is going to provide for you. Before we go, if you could just take a minute just to say, guess what this is, people.
Yeah, so I really do care about changing this industry, and what I know that people need are three things that often don't get taught in major programs where sales is offered. So strategy and structure are often two of the 5 things that get taught. But what doesn't get taught is 1, practice, 2, modeling, and 3, feedback. And so that's why I'm offering just a short opportunity to get all 3 of those with me, which is, I call these Sell It To Me calls, where you have a chance to practice your enrollment call with me. And I will give you feedback on what's working, what's not working, and some things maybe you haven't even thought of. And so, I'll model a little bit of what your call could be like. We'll role play a little bit, and then we'll talk through some additional things that you can do so that you can sell more effectively, right? So you go to sold out offer. That's just 1 R, soldoutoffer.com, and just click on the link there, and it just takes you right to a calendar. That's it. soldoutoffer.com. Really, really simple. And and that will always be there. There's no gimmick. If I think I can help you, I will make you an offer. And I'm going to plainly say that. And I am not going to wine and dine you on the call, nor am I going to rub your nose in the dirt. It's just plain straight talk.
I love how you said both of those. That was incredible. I just have to be clear. The round of applause has been so amazing. Thank you so much, Kristina. This has just been incredible. And again, everyone, this is why you just need to click on that link, book the call, and learn for yourself. But you've already had an incredible adventure today and discovery on a sales approach that is authentic and amazing. So, Kristina, thank you. It's been so good, so good.
Yeah, and if I may,
yes.
Just one tip of wisdom.
Please.
If you're not seeing something in the industry that's acceptable to you, write down why and change it yourself, because you're not the only one who feels that way. And you're needed. And for a long time, I thought, oh, there's so many salespeople. People don't need me. But I'm realizing that people do need me. And so the same thing is true about you. If you're seeing something in marketing or in sales or in copywriting or in service delivery that's not okay, speak up, because it takes all of us to make this work. You are needed. You are absolutely needed. And all of us matter. So it's okay to do your thing and carve out your space. That's why you're here. That's why you're on this planet. So bring it on and join us at CIBN, because it's the place to be. So why aren't you here already? That's what I have to say.
Yes. Oh, thank you for that. That is it's a beautiful gem. So many gems. Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you. And it's okay to say goodbye right now, because you can just watch the next video and connect with Kristina. So, again, I'm Tiff Loeffler, and on behalf of the Women of CIBN series, I look forward to having you watch the next interview. And since I really don't like to say goodbye, but I love to eat, I'm just going to say ciao for now and say check out the next video. Thank you. And thank you, Kristina. Woo! Awesome.